So the word mongrel means mixture, hybrid, and it comes from the word Mongol, or at least is related. Well, I think it does come from the word Mongol. And you can see over on the right there, it says, yes, the word mongrel does indeed derive from the term Mongol, though its meaning has evolved quite a bit over time. So the term mongrel originally referred to the Mongols or their mixed descent. So anyway, back to the left, who wants to destroy God's creation? Who supports interbreeding and mixing of everything, including people, which is anti-biblical and anti-Christ? Satan. And who is Satan's offspring? Right? If you understand what you're actually reading in the Bible. Is Cain. Cain traveled east and increased his mixed race offspring there, right? The Mongrels, the Mongols, who then tried to conquer the world, invaded Europe to try and destroy God's people, who were whites, the white Aryan Caucasian race, and also attacked, or it seems like it anyway, also attacked other pure races, which one of them would be the Asians, the Chinese and Japanese, etc. Hence, why they built the Great Wall, right? Because the Mongols and the Hakka Chinese, which I did a video on, were north of the Great Wall. So the Mongols, oh, so yeah, so that's the answer is of who tried to conquer the world back in the 1200s all the way up to like the 1500s was the Mongols. And I believe the Mongols are descended from Cain. And that's what a lot of Christians, if you look in antiquity, that was the belief. So, because I mean, that is what the Bible tells us, right? That Cain went east. Who came from the east, right? The Mongols. So, in addition, the Hakka Chinese lived directly next to the Mongols, and both were north of the Great Wall. The Hakka were not welcomed by the actual Chinese people. So, I believe, in my opinion, this is probably the truth, a hidden truth, as it's hard to find info, but I did find some references that I'm going to look into and see where they lead. And I also looked at how are the Mongols different from the Chinese, right? Like I always assumed all Asians were identical. I just figured they were literally the same. You know, they just happen to live in different boundaries, I guess. I don't know. So, but my own ignorance, I guess. But apparently they're different. So on the bottom left there, it says Mongols, says Mongolic people tend to be of medium height, more robust and stockier build. And it says Chinese are, it says in general, or taller, leaner compared to the Mongolian population. And then on the right, which is important, the facial features, it says the Mongols have distinctively high cheekbones, a broader face, more pronounced jawline. Um, it says their noses may be flatter in comparison to some other East Asian populations. And it says the Chinese, the appearance, uh, like the Han Chinese, it says, which is the largest ethnic group, typically have more subtle and narrow facial features, which with smaller and more delicate cheekbones and noses. They don't have big, fat, flat noses. And then the skin tone, it's the Mongols tend to be lighter or yellowish skin tone. And then Chinese says, or again with the Han, I guess for the most part, seem to be pale. So, although it says there, then some of in the southern regions have darker skin. So, but what's interesting is I did on the other video I did, I was showing that what it looks like all the leaders of China and all the leaders of the communist revolutions in China were Hakka, right? And I believe the Hakka and the Mongols are related. They're really basically one and the same. And I just read to you the facial features, right? So if we look at these Hakka leaders of China, what's one thing that seems to be pretty noticeable on them? Their noses. right? These are not small or delicate noses at all, right? Chiang Kai-shek, I mean, look at that freaking honker. TV Soon, who's in my other video, as I showed, looks to be probably the most important Hakka Chinese guy in modern history. Sun Yat-sen's nose not too bad, but H.A. Kung, another leader, communist leader, he's got a big one. And then look at the new leaders, right? Xi Jinping, I think, is the current president. Um, yeah, and then I think that's Deng Xiaoping. Hopefully, I got the right picture there. But and I think it was a recent vice president. But yeah, but look at their noses, right? Very flat against their face, broader face. So and oh, and they are both Hakka, right? All these guys are Hakka. So these are probably Mongolians that they now call Hakka. So who are probably the offspring of Cain. So they're Jews wearing Chinese skin. So that's what I believe. And that's why they control everything in China and the Asian countries.